regional focus, and I am concerned with Southeast Asia and Southern Africa partnerships. And this includes India, the Philippines, Zimbabwe, Angola, and Zambia. And in terms of our focus, we promote right relations, dignity, peace, and justice. Promoting right relations, dignity, peace, and justice. And our partners in these countries have certain cross-cutting themes that are similar. And all of them could be put under one theme, that our partners are resisting evil. Evil that has come because of colonial legacies, evil that has become because of other capitalist interests that are fighting either for the land of those people or for the very lives of those people. And so our partners are resisting evil, they are seeking justice, so that at the end of it all, people may live in abundant life. So I'll take you on a journey now. We'll allow our partners to speak for themselves. So I have asked them to send us messages that they have recorded on videos, just giving us a glimpse. And so we'll start our journey to India. And in India, we work with the Church of North India. The Diocese of Durgapur is one of our partners, and they are focusing on anti-human trafficking work. They are closer to the border with Bangladesh, and people have been trafficked, children and adults, for bonded slave work, but also they've been trafficked for human organs, so that people harvest human organs from these little children or from adults, which they sell to wealthy people. And so Raja Moses, who's the program coordinator from the anti-human trafficking, will speak to us in this video clip. Josh, the first one.
Namaste. Greetings to you from the Diocese of Durgapur Anti-Human Trafficking Project. The Anti-Human Trafficking Program has been working hard to tackle the problem of human trafficking near the India-Bangladesh border. The pandemic has changed the world. Its aftermath is going to be greatly damaging, especially for the poor. The lockdown has taken away millions of jobs, the daily wage job sector being the worst hit in India. This has led to around 40 million migrant workers moving back to their homes in rural areas to find jobs and sustenance. Rural areas do not have the economies to sustain such large numbers. The families falling below the poverty line is increasing and will keep increasing. This situation causes fear and desperation, making it the perfect environment for human traffickers to find their victims. There are several new problems which we have to face now because of COVID-19, which are that, firstly, the chances of trafficking have now increased tenfold. With few opportunities, no jobs, no savings, millions are facing starvation. Despite for any opportunity, they are at the most vulnerable right now. The perfect victims for traffickers. There are recent reports stating that trafficking has already increased, women and children being the most unsafe. Secondly, we are currently not only dealing with the issue of human trafficking, but also the coronavirus. We see it is our duty to educate them, since there is a lot of misinformation and fear mongering. By building awareness and educating them, we hope to clear the minds of such doubts and how to protect themselves. Thirdly, communicating with people has become difficult. Our normal mass awareness rallies and campaigns are not possible right now. Fourthly, public transport is not fully functioning, making it difficult again to reach out to the people. Fifthly, reaching out to our normal target groups are a problem now since schools are closed and large gatherings are prohibited. What we hope to able to do is, firstly, visiting every home in these risk areas to build awareness on human trafficking and inform them of the options they have, whether it be a skill programs or loans. The best method to deal with our current situation is prevention. If we give the people viable option, then they won't fall for the tricks of the traffickers. Secondly, introducing new skill programs which help them to get jobs or make jobs which will sustain them in the long run. Thirdly, help the people access loans and employment schemes which are meant to alleviate some of their financial worries. Fourthly, to continue reaching out to the people and spreading the awareness and the necessary preventive measures one can take to protect themselves from traffickers. Fifthly, to print pamphlets and posters spreading such awareness. Sixthly, encourage people to go to our legal cells, learn about the proper procedure to follow for a job outside the state should they be offered one. I really thank our UCC partners for supporting Diocese of Durgapur, Church of North India in every aspect, both spiritually and financially. Our friends from United Church of Canada can help us by praying for us. The scenario in the coming months will be difficult. It is not only with prayers, support and hard work that we can hope to overcome what is coming. Namaste.
Thank you very much. I think the message was very clear from Raja, from India, on the program of anti-human trafficking activities. And they have clearly stated some of the things they hope we can help them in ensuring that this scourge of human trafficking is brought to a stop. We are still in India. We'll now move to ASTA. ASTA is a non-governmental organization, non-faith organization, and they work also amongst very poor communities to try and bring dignity for people, and particularly also supporting widowed people to access government funding. So there's a short video we shall see from ASTA, another Indian partner.
दक्षिण राजस्थान के बिच्छीवाड़ा ब्लॉक के संचिया गांव की 80 साल की थवरी बाई को पिछले 10 महीनों से वृद्धावस्था की पेंशन नहीं मिल रही थी।
10 महीने मैं पर आलम क्या परेशानी।
थवरी बाई की बहू ने उनकी रुकी हुई पेंशन वापस शुरू करवाने के लिए काफी प्रयास किए। फिर उन्हें गांव सभा की सूचना मिली।
हमारे 15 तारीख को गांव सभा होती है, तो उनको पता चला कि ये गांव सभा हो रही है, तो उसमें भी कुछ मुद्दे रखते हैं तो काम अपना होता है यूँ। तो इसके बाद ये मंजू अकराहड़ा थे, वो गांव सभा में आए। उन्होंने बात रखी कि मेरे सासू जी है थावरी मरता, उनके लगभग 10 महीनों से पेंशन बंद है। हमने गांव सभा के रजिस्टर में लिख के ने फिर हमने गांव सभा वालों ने निर्णय लिया कि भाई इनकी 10 महीनों से पेंशन बंद है तो अपन को चालू करानी पड़ेगी यूँ। तो हम 4-5 लोग मिलके गए मित्र वालों के पास, ये भी आए साथ में, मंजू हगरा भी आए। फिर हमने वहाँ दिखवाया तो उनका फिंगर नहीं लगा हुआ था, सत्यापन नहीं हुआ था। 6 महीने या 12 महीने में सत्यापन कराना पड़ता है, वो नहीं हुआ था। फिर हम कनबा लेके गए, फिर उनका फिंगर लगवाया, सत्यापन हुआ। इसके बाद हम बैंक में गए तो उन्होंने, बैंक वाला ने बोल दिया कि भाई पैसा जमा नहीं हुआ है। इसके बाद हम फिर गांव सभा में आए, फिर गांव सभा के 2-3 लोग मिलके ने गए बिछुआड़ा। फिर हमने जाके बोला कि भाई नहीं आया है पैसा, तो फिर 2-3 बार ऐसा हुआ। इसके बाद वहाँ जो अधिकारी बैठता है वो पैसे जो जमा करता है वो उठ के आया कि भाई बोला कि ये 2-3 बार आ चुकी है, मैंने भी देखा है, तो इनकी अभी तक पेंशन चालू क्यों नहीं हुई है यूँ। फिर उन्होंने बोला कल ही जाके आप चेक करा लेना बैंक में, हम आज पैसा डाल देते हैं। तो फिर हमने 2-3 दिन बाद जाके बैंक में चेक कराया तो पैसा आ गया था। तो आज ये उनके खाना पीना, थोड़ा कोई खेती का काम हो तो ये पैसे मिले, इसकी वजह से अभी चालू भी है। और इसके बाद उनको पहले 750 मिल रहे थे, इसके साथ हमने 1500 भी करवाए। उनके 75 साल से ऊपर हो गए तो फिर 1500 रुपये भी कराए। तो अभी फिलहाल वर्तमान में उनको प्रति महीने 1500 रुपये मिल रहा है।
इसी तरह बिच्छीवाड़ा ब्लॉक के अधिवत गांव में दमूबाई एक विधवा महिला है। उनके पति गुजरात में काम करते थे और लंबे समय तक बीमार रहने के बाद उनकी मृत्यु हो गई। वो अपने पीछे 3 लड़कियों और 1 लड़के को छोड़कर गुजर गए, जिनकी जिम्मेवारी अब दमूबाई पर आ गई। अभी उनकी 2 बेटियां सरकारी स्कूल में पढ़ती हैं। ऐसे बच्चों की देखभाल के लिए राजस्थान सरकार द्वारा पालनहार योजना का प्रावधान है, जिससे उन्हें हर महीने 1000 रुपए की सहायता राशि मिलती है। जब दमूबाई ग्राम सभा से जुड़ी तो उनको पालनहार की जानकारी मिली और उन्होंने पालनहार के लिए समिति सदस्यों की सहायता से आवेदन किया। जिसके बाद उन्हें अपनी दोनों बेटियों के लिए 1000 रुपए पालनहार योजना के तहत मिलने लगा, जिसको उनकी पढ़ाई और देखभाल के लिए उपयोग करते हैं। इस तरह गांव सभा की सहायता से डूंगरपुर के गांवों में एकल महिला, वृद्ध और वंचित लोग सरकारी योजनाओं से जुड़ रहे हैं।
The work of ASTA in empowering people to access their rights, to empower those that are underprivileged, to be able to know how they can get government funding. And so UCC support helps our partners to build the capacities of those village groups so that the people know their rights and then they can access these rights from the government. So we'll move to the Human Rights Foundation, which is also based in India, before we move to the Philippines. And Edwin from Human Rights Foundation will share with us on what they are busy with on human rights. Again, that's another non-faith-based organization that we partner with in India. So Josh, we move on to HRF. Edwin?
I think this is the one that had a problem with the audio.
That's the one that had a problem with the audio. Then let's move on to the Philippines. Let's have Bishop Marigza of the National Council of Churches in the Philippines.
Good morning, everyone. In behalf of the leadership of the Regional Ecumenical Council in the Cordillera, I bring you our heartfelt greetings, even in the midst of a worsening COVID-19 pandemic affecting our lives and the way we deal with the rest of humanity now and in the future. However, this health crisis will not deter us from doing our Christian responsibility as we overcome this test of faith and how we create new approaches and realities in dealing with this crisis. We value very much the solidarity partnership between the United Church of Canada and Record, being the regional ecumenical expression of the National Council of Churches in the Philippines. We have developed over the years, the kind of partnership that we want, based on mutual benefit and life-changing experiences through our engagement with the realities in our modern times. We have gone this far in our ecumenical relations and have become deeply involved in the struggles of the most vulnerable sectors in Philippine society, particularly the indigenous peoples in the Cordillera. Such partnership has encouraged us to work harder in our quest for the right to self-determination, national democracy, and the dawning of peace in our native land, free from external control. We are grateful that over the years, you have supported us through thick and thin as a community of faith in our ecumenical journey. With your support, we were able to do our mandate as a church in fulfilling our vision, mission, and goal in this part of the world within this decade and beyond. Our main advocacy is the indigenous people's agenda, since we are spread within the territories of the indigenous peoples. We are mandated by faith to be in solidarity with their struggles and aspirations, for this is what we think is the will of God for His people. We have a great task of mobilizing and uniting the different churches in our stance on the different societal issues affecting the indigenous peoples and the Philippine society as a whole. As an ecumenical partner and with the different congregations that support such initiatives and programs of UCC, we hope that you will continue serving people by reaching out to our sisters and brothers far and wide as your Christian response and participation in the wider mission of the Church. Let us participate in bringing the good news of salvation to all people, even in these trying times, and in making their dreams and aspirations become a reality. Let us continue to pray and commit ourselves to contribute in the fulfillment of God's plan for the whole inhabited earth. To God be the glory. Mabuhay!
Mabuhay. That was Marika, actually from a regional ecumenical organization up in the north in Baguio, who focus on indigenous rights, indigenous self-determination. And that's a regional ecumenical organization called Record. So that was not the General Secretary. Now we will have the General Secretary of the National Council of Churches, Bishop Marikza. We are still in the Philippines, and welcome to those that have joined. Thank you.
I bring you greetings on behalf of the National Council of Churches in the Philippines. Thank you for walking alongside us as we live up to the mission that God has entrusted for His church. Here you will find some of the advocacies that we stand for as a council, and we thank you for your help.
I got time.
The Philippine government has placed around 50 million people under lockdown across the region of Luzon to clamp down on the spread of the coronavirus.
Land, domestic air, and domestic sea travel to and from Metro Manila shall be suspended. My orders are sa police, pati military, pati mga barangay na pagkaginulo at nagkaroon ng okasyon na lumaban at ang buhay ninyo ay nalagay sa alanganin. Shoot them dead.
These were the last few moments of Winston Ragos' life before he was shot dead by police. They say the former soldier refused to follow their orders and was threatening to shoot them. Twice. But witnesses deny this. Police have denied allegations of wrongdoing and say they have arrested more than 100,000 people since the lockdown was implemented more than a month ago.
Days after President Rodrigo Duterte certified House Bill number 6875 as urgent, the lower house passed a controversial anti-terrorism measure. This amid fierce criticisms that the bill may be used to suppress government critics or lead to human rights violations.
No, ABS, you're out. I will see to it that you're out.
This is ABS-CBN Corporation, Channel 2. Now signing off.
Appeal to you, the journalists in this room, the Filipinos who are listening, to protect your rights.
The National Council of Churches in the Philippines denounces the anti-terrorism bill. The bill is a threat not just to organizations upholding human rights, but to any individual who will wake one day to find that they can no longer demand their own right to human dignity, which is afforded so clearly to all by God.
Solidarity and walking alongside us as we struggle to bring about God's shalom in our world, a place where justice and peace and love prevails. Good day.
That's the Philippines, and that was the General Secretary giving us a broader context of the work. You can see that they have a very big work in terms of advocacy on human rights, where lives of people are clearly threatened because of political power and abuse of that political power, but also in the context of the pandemic, they are involved in humanitarian assistance to those that are in need. And of course, you heard very bad words from President Duterte, who issued instructions to the police to shoot people and shoot them dead if they break the lockdown rules. But the people were coming out simply to ask for food. People were coming out simply to ask for basics and simply to ask that they be tested for mass testing. So that was the Philippines. We will now move to Africa, and we have two more, and then we can have a discussion. From Africa, we have Zimbabwe and Zambia. Both are national councils of churches with an ecumenical agenda within their countries. Zimbabwe, are we able to get Mtata? Yes, thank you.
The Zimbabwe Council of Churches, together with its ecumenical partners, has been working very hard to advocate for a lasting solution towards a national settlement to the many problems that the nation is facing. The challenges that Zimbabwe is facing emanate from several sources, but the main one being that there is a constitution that was agreed on in 2013, which has not been implemented. And this situation has seen so many cases of injustice, including cases of abductions, torture, and sexual assault. We are still talking about cases in which some people that have been abducted have not yet been found. We are also seeing the deeper crisis and the deterioration of the economy in which the health services is not functioning. We have seen many sectors of services stopping to function. Hospitals are not delivering services. Doctors are on strike. Nurses are on strike. There is no medication in hospitals. And we are also seeing that there is a lot of corruption in the use of the COVID resources. All this is a demonstration of the problems that the nation is facing. Underlying all these problems is the failure of the political parties to find a lasting solution by working together. Actually, what we have seen is a continued deepening of fragmentation at the political level, that even political committees in the parliament cannot work together to find solutions. We are realizing that with all these problems, the church remains the voice to provide answers to many of these questions, like what is currently happening with the church providing humanitarian support to communities that are starving in a situation where almost half the population is in need of food aid. All these services remain only limited. The church continues to be this service to meet this current need.
Thank you very much. That was Dr. Mtata giving us a picture of what is happening in Zimbabwe. A lot of difficulties there, failure of the political system, unable to deliver for the people. We'll finally move on to Zambia and listen to and watch the General Secretary of the National Council of Churches in Zambia.
Hello world, my name is Ndhlovu from the Council of Churches in Zambia, and I care about youth mental health because I am a youth and I have had mental challenges before. So if you're feeling down, if you're feeling low, and if you feel like you're alone in the world, I want to assure you right now that you're not alone. And if you feel depressed or stressed, please do not hesitate to ask for help or to talk to someone that you trust. Because asking for help is not being weak, it's a sign of strength, and in this world you always need someone to talk to you. And always remember that the Lord Jesus Christ is with us always.
Mental health is well-being of people, of mental that affect us a lot. Like this time of COVID-19, a lot of things which is going on. People they are struggling, people they have lost job because of this COVID-19. So mental health here in Zambia does really affect a lot of people, a lot of youth. People have no job.
2 Corinthians chapter 4 verses 8. We are pressed on every side but not crushed. We are struck down but not in despair. My message for my fellow youths, 2020 International Youth Day, be kind to yourself, love yourself, avoid self-criticism. If you feel really low, remember to seek help, and always God is with you. Thank you. Greetings from Zambia. Anido baine, anido, anisukaine.
Showing some of the activities of the National Council of Churches there with young people talking on mental health. The General Secretary was actually supposed to talk to us in the message that I've just sent to you now, Josh. But maybe we can now have a discussion. If you have any questions and clarity, the work of our partners expands, it's broad. But as I said at the beginning, they are all involved in trying to promote right relations, issues of dignity, issues of peace, as well as issues of justice. And in all that, resisting evil, seeking justice.